Hi, buddy.
Okay, but keep in mind it was 2012, right?
Yeah.
So like
ready.
this is different
Is
because it's
pill on it?
2012.
I'm hoping for a pill feature.
Wow.
Okay, Dan.
Wow. I'm sorry,
Did I
you're not
nail
going to
it?
get it.
Oh,
Hey,
shit.
guys, welcome to the What If Podcast. We're talking about Waka Flocka Flame for one quick second. Don't even worry about it.
All right, go ahead.
The features on this record were Meek Mill, Drake.
Awesome. Dude, Meek Mill and Waka should not be allowed on the same song. There's not enough microphone for both of them to scream on one song.
No, and I don't have enough like decibel tolerance in my ears for that to be a thing either.
You said Meek and then you said Drake?
Meek and then Drake, because Round of Applause
Good.
was on this record.
Oh, sure.
So Meek, Drake, Trey Songz,
Mm-hmm.
Nicki Minaj, Tyga, B.O.B.,
Ugh.
Bun B, Ludacris.
Okay. Remember in like 2012 when everyone had a Bun B feature for some reason and then he like just cashed out and stopped rapping, I think?
I kind of think
Have you heard-
like that there have been vacillating years of Bun B having like 20 to 30 features, and that's like his favorite thing to do.
All right, sorry. Bun B, who else?
Bun B, Ludacris, Plies,
Okay,
Slim Thug,
of course.
Travis Porter,
What? Oh, okay, real quick.
Future.
Of the of the albums that Bun B has featured on, if you did like a what are the two circle charts called with the
A Venn diagram.
thank you. But do you know the circle with the other circle?
I was
but
with
they're
you.
on top
I'm
of the
here to
circle.
help. I'm here to help.
You had my dumbass hand motions to help though. So the Venn diagram of albums that Bun B has featured on and albums that Slim Thugga has featured on, is that like a complete overlap? Can you have one without the other on your album?
They just can't be on the same song. No, they've probably been on the same song 100 times. I mean, they like every Southern rapper that is anything good has put out a song with both of them, I think signifying that they've got like the Southern rap royalty cosign.
All right. What were the other ones? There were more. It sounded
Future,
like-
Trouble, and then somebody
Trouble?
named Slim Duncan and somebody named Woo the Kid, and I don't know who those people are. But before I got
Really?
to Slim Duncan and Woo the Kid, I just named like 15 of the most famous rappers of the last 20 years that were all on Waka's record in the same year. Like,
Woo the Kid is Flocka's brother.
oh, no way.
He's on a bunch of his shit. Yeah.
I did not know that.
I'm shocked we didn't get a OJ the Juice Man feature on that album.
Unfortunately, we did not.
Is that also when? Is that when he was beefing with Gucci? I'm also surprised there was no Gucci on that record.
Probably. It would have been too late for them to not be beefing. Man, 2012, good year. This is not.
Ryan, I've got some audio of the Meek Mill Waka Flocka song.
Please do.
No, I can't stop yelling because that's how I talk.
That's the whole song.
When you put it like that, you right.
Oh, buddy.
Anyway,
how are you doing?
This isn't a rap podcast, except sometimes it is. Hi, guys. It's the What If Podcast. I'm Ryan. That's Spencer. I'm doing all right, man.
Nice.
I had a pretty bad headache last night and
Less nice.
didn't really go to sleep until like 1, and then I woke up at 4 because my head still hurt. You know, it's not been a great 24 hours. I'll tell you that much.
I hurt my back brushing my teeth yesterday. That was pretty cool.
That's oh boy, we are not that old, bro. Like we're getting old, but we are not that old.
Catch up, bud. I got a year on you. This time next year, you're going to be throwing your back out, brushing your teeth in the morning.
Bro, how dirty were your teeth, my guy? Were you just like really getting after it?
Had to put my whole ass into that teeth brushing.
You were doing like a hula hoop motion while you were doing the hand motion just to really get it going back and forth.
I just have my toothbrush mounted on the wall in my bathroom.
Oh, wow.
I stand in front of it and just twist from side to side.
Get yourself a real good obliques workout
with
going
my mouth
on.
open.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
Totally.
Is that not how you do it? I haven't brushed my back teeth in years.
He's like, did my mom and dad teach me real wrong when I was a kid? This is how we always did it at my house.
Front teeth, real shiny. Back teeth, non-existent.
Non-existent.
I only got like 10 left, but they look great.
I have borderline ripped them out of my head with my method of cleansing. The dentist literally yells at me every time I see him.
What's aside from the things that are bringing you pain and suffering lately? What's bringing you joy?
I'm going camping this weekend.
Nice. Where to? Well, maybe.
What's that?
Let's not do that. Actually, tell me later where you're going camping.
I'm going to the state of Wisconsin. I can tell you that.
Oof.
Good
luck, bud.
I'm leaving our fair state, and I'm going into the state of Wisconsin.
Did you know that there's no COVID in the whole state of Wisconsin?
Did you know that you're lying? And also, we don't talk about that on this show. This is a place for joy.
Sorry. I went there once, and that's how everybody acted, and I haven't been back since.
I mean, look, I do my best to look. If I'm in the wilderness, I don't have to actually think that I'm in Wisconsin. I can pretend.
It's true.
That I'm essentially, it's across the river. So, just barely over the river. I'll be able to see Minnesota from my campsite. So I'll just face that direction and pretend I'm still there.
Well, that'd be nice, man. A little change of scenery.
I haven't been
fresh air.
out of the city or first ring suburbs proper since quarantine started.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
Realized for me personally, that was the second week of March because we had to pre-quarantine for a possible exposure issue. So if you do the math, I haven't been nowhere for a long time.
Couple 3-4 months there, bud.
Couple 2, 3, 4, 5 months there.
That was fucked.
That was a bit fucked.
It's still a bit fucked, but yeah. So it'll feel nice to get the fuck out of Dodge, get in some water, move my body around, turn off the computer, turn off the digital devices.
Yeah, dog.
And also go camping for the first time. So if anybody wants to give me your best camping advice, it's at Ryan Copperroot on Twitter. Hit me with your best shot. I'm trying to know what I'm supposed to do and not do because I've never done it. So I don't know how to do it or not do it correctly.
Are you doing tent camping, like at a campground? Is that what we're talking about here?
Yeah, car camping, but tent camping.
Like you're driving to a campground?
Driving to a campground, parking my car, and walking from my car to my campsite.
Sure.
Not like hiking up a trail into a remote campsite type thing.
Right. Well, they don't have any elevation changes in Wisconsin, so you're not hiking up anything.
If you go far enough south, you get some of the bluffs down there. Maybe there's some stuff there.
My Wisconsin shit talking just doesn't even make sense anymore. Minnesota, known for those
Flat
mountains.
Motherfuckers! Your topography sucks! We just find every reason to talk shit about Wisconsin we possibly can.
Yeah, obviously.
Your topography blows! Get a mountain, you dipshits! I can see for fucking miles here! Fix it, you dickheads!
You can see all the way back to Minnesota. Well, good luck, bud. You bringing the pup or no?
Nah, dude, pup's too wild, man. If she sneaked out of her harness or whatever, she'd be feral in 45 minutes.
Nice.
She'd be she'd find a fucking whole fucking slew of wolves and be like, "Oh, this is what I was meant to do this whole time."
Sure.
So, yeah. Also,
what?
She's a little bit of a scaredy cat, and I'm a little nervous about what her whole vibe would be with whoa, lot going on here I've never experienced before. You want me to sleep in a tent? What? I sleep in an air-conditioned room with a big cozy bed. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Who's going to protect you from bears now, though?
I'm just gonna
just bring a bear bell, bud.
I'm gonna scream in my dreams.
Just constantly?
No, not constantly, but just every
8 hours straight.
Every like 7 to 8 minutes, just
No, I can't stop yelling because that's how I
Sleep. That's just how I sleep.
that timing was impeccable.
Thank you.
Impeccable.
Thank you.
You should do this professionally or something.
Oh boy. I'm gonna start telling jokes.
Woo-wee. But yeah,
Well,
man.
That sounds lovely.
What's that?
Eh.
What'd you say? What was the last thing you said?
You're doing the thing where you're too loud for Zoom again and it starts cutting out.
Oh, hey,
So I've been hearing like 40% of what you've said so far in this podcast because it's mostly been yelling.
hey, man, what's the thing you said most recently, my bro?
Oh, I said that sounds like a lovely time.
Hey, thank you, my bro.
This is actually way more pleasant for me.
Hey, I'm gonna give you that. That like, hey, this is a podcast to help you go to sleep. Brought to you by Ryan
sure.
and Spencer.
Brought to you by NPR.
We're not gonna tell you a scary story. We're gonna tell you a nice story.
So we've actually got stories from our listeners today.
Oh,
'Cause
hold up.
Huh?
You didn't give me your joy, bud.
Oh.
Hey, my bro. I'm gonna need a quick dose of joy from you before we go ahead and get started with our stories today.
He's doing like Canadian NPR.
It's like Canadian, but it's also like a little bit like the Ladies Man, like just kind of verging into it's like the Ladies Man, Canadian and Canadian
Got a
NPR
job with
had a
Canadian
baby.
Public Radio. I rebuilt my dang piano this weekend and it mostly works.
Oh, dip.
Yeah.
You're
It
which you,
the one that you can see over
yeah, I was
here.
gonna say you're talking about
This
the roads,
guy.
right?
My Rhodes, yeah. It's 45 years old and parts of it had never really been touched. And it was starting to not work so good.
Did you like
So
legit
I-
just start taking it apart and go like, I hope this goes well?
Well, I mean, I bought all the parts and then I started doing that. I sort of had a plan.
Yeah, but like there are people who are professionals just at making changes to roads, right?
Well, yeah, but most of them don't live in Minnesota and this fucker's big.
Oh, I remember. I carried it in your
Yeah.
house, my bro.
Yeah, you may remember from such days as carrying this thing into my house.
All fucking 380 pounds of it.
And it fucking sucks. And I hurt my back brushing my teeth, so I wasn't about to move that thing. But I got all the parts, replaced all the dampers and the hammers and tuned her up and got the action situated.
That's fucking
And usually
sick.
usually I'm terrible at those sorts of things. Not a real like handy project-y kind of guy.
It's just
Struggle with IKEA furniture kind of guy. It's more my speed.
It's just patience, bro. That's the thing. It's mostly patience.
But I did it, and it works for the most part. There are a couple things that I like actually need to fix, but they were broken before. So I fixed like 84 or whatever 84 over 88% of it is.
Hey, look, if you adhere to the principles of first do no harm, you've done well.
Exactly. So yeah, that was tight. Now it sounds nice. It's much more playable,
Can you play me a
much
song?
more pleasant. Well, it's not plugged into anything, so you wouldn't really hear much.
Womp, 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 womp.
Sorry. Okay.
That was the song.
That's my joy.
I played the song with your piano using my voice.
My piano sounds like a trumpet. We have emails and voicemails from our listeners that we have not answered, some of them in many months,
Yes.
some of them possibly in more than that.
Look, we threatened to do a voicemail episode recently, and look, life's been a little crazy for us, okay? And so I'm not sorry. I'm
This is
just
what we're
telling
doing
you what's
instead.
happening.
Just explaining. Because remember, we love you and we don't owe you shit. All right. First, we've got an email from Rory about drones, and it's kind of a long one, but it's worth it.
What up, Rory?
He says, "Hi, guys. My name is Rory, and I heard your most recent episode about the drone stuff. And, well, it sounds like something weird that I saw back in either 2002 or 2003.
Okay.
And I wanted to share my story with you guys. This happened either summer of '02 or '03, sometime around midnight. I was going to a university in Iowa at the time, and some friends and I were returning from seeing a movie in a larger town about 30 minutes north. We're driving on US Highway 71, and the whole thing started when I glimpsed a bright white light very high up in the sky, high enough up that I had to lean closer to the steering wheel on my old Buick to see it.
Okay.
My first reaction was that I was seeing a meteor entering the atmosphere, but just as I was going to get a good look, the trees of a farmstead right by the road obscured it, but I could still see through the trees that it was there. Once we cleared the farm, the road started sloping down, making it even harder to see, so I pulled over to get a better look. This was right at the intersection where we'd always turn off the main highway, so it's not hard to pinpoint exactly where I was even after all these years. Once I stopped and basically pressed my chest into the steering wheel, I got a clear look at what was happening. The main bright white light was still there, but then I started to see a half dozen or more smaller lights of varying intensity near the brightest light. They formed a pattern that looked like an uppercase T rotated 90 degrees counterclockwise, with the brightest light at the point where the two lines intersect. So we've got like a cross sort of on its side. That was the point where I was certain that I was not seeing a meteor. We watched in absolute silence as the smaller lights would occasionally move toward or away from the main light, but would always maintain a perfect line either horizontally or perpendicular, with the brightest light never moving. Some of the smaller lights were red and some were white. I don't recall seeing other colors, but my memory on the colors is not as distinct. Occasionally, the smaller lights would appear to merge together, though that could just as easily be one of them moving behind or in front of a brighter light. Sometimes they would emerge from the brighter one, sometimes they didn't. We watched this for a few minutes until one by one the smaller lights appeared to merge with the main light. When the last smaller light merged with the main light immediately went out. I want to state that whatever it was maintaining a formation that could not have been natural. The movements were all along one or two lines. The main light never moved at all, and it didn't change in intensity up until the moment it disappeared. To this day, it's the only time I've ever seen anything weird in the sky, and I've spent a ton of time in my car staring out windows at the night sky. I know it's probably not the most interesting UFO story, but I figured you both might enjoy hearing about a Midwestern UFO story, even if it's from a while ago. Take care, Rory.
Rory! You saw an UFO, bud.
It does sound a bit like the drone stuff we were describing in terms of there being multiple lights hovering or moving in kind of like grid patterns. Also, the part about maybe there being one bigger drone that other ones are, either coming out of or meeting up with.
Oh, you mean a mothership?
That. But this is 17 or 18 years ago.
Yeah.
Like,
you know what?
Commercial drones were not a thing in 2002 or 2003.
No,
right?
not even a little bit. No, not at all. I mean, I was in high school. We didn't have drones in high school. That wasn't even, I mean, like you could have used the word drone and I don't think people would have known what you were talking about.
Right.
I think
I'm sure the military had them earlier, but you couldn't go out and buy one in 02 or 03.
No, I think the first time I heard the word drone was when they started using Predator drones in the Middle East.
Or, in our neighborhood.
Well, that too, but the first time at least.
Yeah.
You know what it kind of reminds me of a little bit? I don't know if I feel like maybe we talked about this on the show at some point way in the past, but I don't remember anything we talked about on the show anymore. Do you remember that documentary? Oh, fuck. What was it called? It's like The Man Who Stares at the Sky, or The Curse of the Man Who Stares at the Sky.
The Man Who Sees UFOs.
The Curse of the... I think it's Curse.
Was it The Curse? I thought it was just The Man Who Sees UFOs or something like that. Curse of the Man Who Sees UFOs. You're right.
That's the one.
Or we were both half right.
So that sort of some of the stuff that Rory is talking about kind of reminds me of some of the video footage from that documentary, just with like the geometric piece of it, which I find kind of interesting. Because some of the stuff from The Curse of the Man Who Stares at UFOs are like series is, or like a series of lights where some are moving adjacent to that light,
relative to each other, or
relative to each
one
other,
of
but
them?
like relative along some set of geometric principles, whether it's like a rotating circle or like opposite ends of a rectangle that are rotating around something and then like coming back. So it sounds kind of similar to that. And I'm very fascinated by that conceptually.
Would have been about the same time period that dude was seeing stuff too, right? Wasn't some of the footage in that documentary from like early 2000s?
Yeah. Did Rory disclose a location that we're okay to talk about or no?
He said Iowa. He said more specifically, but I don't know if he wanted us to share that part, so I'm not going to.
We can just say the state.
Yeah,
because the documentary was...
That dude was in California,
California.
Wasn't he like a filmmaker guy that moved out to LA?
I was just going to look up when the footage was taken.
Because the Iowa, I mean, you're not too far from where some of the drone stuff more recently was reported. Like, if we're talking Nebraska and Kansas, like it was mostly, I think, the western side of Nebraska, but like Nebraska and Iowa share a border, and then Iowa and Illinois share a border, and then we were talking about stuff in northeastern Illinois too. Right. So, I mean, obviously, time period is way off, but maybe if we are talking drone activity or like military activity, maybe location has something to do with it. While you're looking that up, we got another email with a possible explanation for the more recent drones.
Let's go.
Earlier this year / late last year. This is from D and Eddie. And they said, "Hey guys, I have an explanation for the unknown drones in Colorado. You should check out the DARPA Gremlins project.
What?
It was being tested in the area. These are not drones with propellers, but are a swarm-style drone. They're meant to be deployed in large groups to be recovered by a C-130, which is a type of aircraft
that they fly over our houses in our neighborhood all the time.
Yeah, they're like the big fucking cargo planes, I think. And then he said, check out the DARPA website, darpa.mil/program/gremlins. Anyway, it's a possibility, although it doesn't answer all the observations at the time. Love the podcast. You keep us smiling in these tough times. So if you click on the link that he sent us to
is that from?
the DARPA website, Eddie, although then it's signed D and Eddie. So
got it. Thanks, D and Eddie. Damn, this looks crazy.
Did you? Yeah. So the Gremlins page on the DARPA website, it's just 2 paragraphs. I'll read it quickly. U.S. military operations have relied on for decades. U.S. military operations have relied on increasingly capable multifunction manned aircraft to execute critical combat and non-combat missions. Adversaries' abilities to detect and engage those aircraft from longer ranges have improved over time as well. However, driving up the cost for vehicle design, operation, and replacement. An ability to send large numbers of small unmanned air systems with coordinated distributed capabilities could provide U.S. forces with improved operational flexibility at a much lower cost. Blah, 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 blah. DARPA has launched the Gremlins program, named for the imaginary mischievous imps that became the good luck charms of many British pilots during World War II. The program envisions launching groups of UASs from existing large aircraft, such as bombers or transport aircraft, while those planes are out of range of adversary defenses. When the Gremlins complete their mission, a C-130 transport aircraft would retrieve them in the air and carry them home, where ground crews would prepare them for the next use within 24 hours.
So it's like one plane goes by and drops these little things and dips out, and then another plane comes behind it and swoops them all back up again once they've done their surveying or bombing or whatever they do.
Yeah. So
that's fucking crazy. I mean, of course that's a thing, but also that's fucking crazy.
I mean, it would explain some of what was reported in January. I don't know how big these things are, though. There's an illustration, but it's not really clear what the scale is.
No, and it's just an artist concept photo or drawing, so it's not even like...
Right. And then there weren't ever other aircraft reported in the area, correct?
Not that I saw, which I feel like you would have for sure heard about if that were... I mean, the C-130s that are in our neighborhood...
They're big and loud as shit.
Big and loud as shit, dude. There's a... I guess it's a guard base, or is it an Air Force base? I don't know what it is. It's not an Air Force base.
At Fort
It's an
Snelling?
Air Force airport? Guard airport? I don't know.
I don't know shit about shit.
Anyway.
You're talking about Fort Snelling?
Wait, what?
What place are you talking about?
I'm talking about down by the airport. That's the place where the C-130s take off and land at all the time. And I think it's either a National Guard airport or an Air Force airport. It's not actually an Air Force base, I don't think, but I don't know anything about any of this stuff because I don't know anything about any of this stuff.
We see airplanes sometimes by our house. Is that the airplanes you mean?
But they're fucking huge and they're fucking loud. And like they're loud when they're low and they're loud when they're high. They just sound like big fucking groaning military planes. So I feel like if this was driving through these areas where people were seeing these and calling in to report them, they would have fucking realized it and been like, yo, also.
Right. Unless they were testing them in a way that didn't involve being picked up by a huge airplane. But yeah, this,
for sure.
I mean, like this could explain some, and like the size does look, I'm watching a video on DARPA TV on YouTube.
Whoa.
Yeah, right. And the scale of these things, the size of these things does look about right for what was being reported. I would think they would have to be making noise, which it was reported that they were not. And then they're both launched and recovered from traditional aircraft. So you would think it's on one end of that, somebody would have seen that. Right. Or it's possible that they did and then didn't associate it with the drones also.
Yeah, it's also possible, like to your point, that like they're maybe not testing these in full deploy and retrieval mode. Like maybe they are just sending a few up from the ground and having them land back on the ground again. And yes, they could be deployed out of an airplane and picked up by an airplane, but that's not what they were testing. I guess that's possible too. But the
DARPA angle would explain some things too, with the Air Force saying, "Nope, not us."
You mean because technically it's DARPA?
Yeah.
I just can't imagine DARPA gets to test airplanes that the Air Force doesn't know about, but
seems plausible to me. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think lots of government and military groups be testing things that lots of other government and military groups don't be knowing about.
Yeah.
Anyway, I thought it was a thing I was not aware of, and an angle that explains some of the stuff that was being reported.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I guess like.
You want to elaborate on that?
Here are the two main things I struggle with. These things would ostensibly be loud as shit.
I don't know, but probably I think most drones are, yes.
And I'm just saying, like, from what we understand current technology to be capable of, a silent drone of the size that we're talking about is not something that we're aware exists.
Right. This stuff is always hard too, though, when you're basing everything on just eyewitness reports. Like,
sure.
Was somebody at a distance where they wouldn't have really heard it, or were there other sounds, or
True.
like did every single person say it didn't make a sound?
True. And I guess the other piece for me is I think I slightly depart from you on the whole, like that no one would know, or that an org like DARPA would test something like this and that the Air Force and the FAA would have no idea it was happening. I just have I have a strong feeling that is highly improbable. Like the thing that I said at the end of that episode is just like, if DARPA inadvertently flies a mesh of drones into a flight path of a Cessna training flight and fucking 3 airplanes blow up and like 45 people die, like that's
a lot of people in these clown Cessnas.
I don't know, 15 people per small plane. I don't fucking know how big those airplanes how much people they carry. But you get the point I'm trying to make, which is that like you can't just be sending shit up into the sky at high heights for long periods of time and having them fly over many, many miles within potential flight paths and not cause a massive danger to the public.
Well, we don't know if they were in flight paths, though, right? Most of them were reported as being pretty low and not like near airports and stuff.
I mean, that one video that we saw was not that low.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, hard to see, but like not like low. I don't know. At the scale we're talking about, it seems implausible for me that could have been done without anyone knowing about it safely.
Well, and it's also not that no one at the Air Force knew. Like, did you ask every single person who works for the Air Force?
Well,
or did you call up one person who is your contact there and they said, "Oh, I don't know. Not me, not my project."
I mean, of course not. But again, this goes back to what we were talking about in that episode where like I feel like there has to be some sort of protocol here for when they are overlapping and like how they collectively address things that it's like, oh, oops, we were flying somewhere that we shouldn't have been. It seems unlikely to me that they would just be like, no, sorry.
I'd be interested to know more about, Eddie, if you're listening. You said it was being tested in the area. I would love to know how you know that so that we could find out more about that.
Yes, please.
If you want to fill us in on that part of your email, that would be awesome.
Hey, Eddie, you got a real cool remote control somewhere in your garage, my bud?
All right, let's keep moving. Podcasting advice from Tracy.
Oh, great. What we do?
No, not for us. For Tracy.
Oh, I was 100% certain someone was going to be like, listen, dickheads. Here's how to do this better.
The email does start with, listen. So I got a little nervous too. It says, listen, I've been a subscriber for quite a while and I'm thinking of getting into podcasting. I'm a teacher. And while I have complete solidarity with at an independent school, and while I have complete solidarity with my public school counterparts, there really are no podcasts that address the issues of independent school teachers. Spencer, I know that you have some experience in education, so I'm sure you can relate. To that end, what 3 pieces of advice would you give to someone or a group of people that want to start podcasting? I'm a tech teacher, so I can handle the tech/recording aspects. I often say to my students, learn from my mistakes. Are there any mistakes that you guys made from which I could learn?
Cool. That's a cool question. This Tracy?
Yeah. Tracy in Seattle.
Thanks for teaching, Tracy. Man, I think a couple things that I don't think I won't boil it to 3, but I think a few things that you and I talked about have contributed to our, I don't know. I don't know if success is the right word, but whatever. Our
ability to continue making this show.
I would say give yourself some practice runs. You know, like give yourself a few episodes to just kind of get a hang of it, because it's, I mean, Spencer and I are used to recording equipment and recording and being on, I mean, whatever. Like we are comfortable with the format, I guess.
You're gonna hate your voice the first time you hear it, or maybe like the first 10 times you hear it.
Right.
It's normal. It's actual science.
Yes.
Everyone's voice sounds better in their head. Don't worry about it.
Yes.
You'll get used to it.
But Spencer and I, Spencer and I were comfortable with the concept, and we still needed a handful of burner episodes to like get our heads around it. So give yourself some burner episodes, I would say. And then I guess another thing I would recommend is picking a schedule and sitting and sticking to it. One thing that Spencer and I have talked about being kind of proud of is we've missed, like, in going on 4 years now, we've missed like a week or like a few weeks.
Yeah, to clarify, you're saying a publishing schedule, yeah?
Yeah, sorry. Like, but I guess like that means not necessarily a recording schedule, but like a publishing schedule, so that people can rely on what you're doing. And maybe that's, we're going to do a season of 10 and drop 10 at a time, or maybe that's, we're going to do one a month, or we're going to do 2 a week, or whatever your pace is that you feel like is actually manageable. But I think one of the biggest things that podcasts fuck up on is, like, while they're getting going, they have a lot of steam and they do 3 and they put out 1 a week for 3 weeks. And then all of a sudden they're like, wow, doing a podcast every week is kind of a lot. Let's take a couple weeks off, and then we do 1, and then we wait 2 more weeks. And then all of a sudden no one really knows when to look out for your shit. And it gets kind of goofy. So I would recommend trying to the best of your ability to set, again, whether it's seasons or whether it's just like a regular pacing that you want to choose. I'd recommend trying to choose that and then trying to stick to it, because the only way that you get better at it is by putting more reps in, you know, like it gets more comfortable and easier over time by just doing more and more of these. So putting yourself on a schedule is a good way to get to more reps and sets for this.
I think the publishing cadence that you decide onto should be, or will be, influenced by the type of content that you're making. Like, obviously, if you're doing a like current events, news, politics type of thing, seasons probably don't really work.
Right.
If you're doing a narrative podcast, you can't put one out every week forever.
Right.
So with, you know, it sounds like this is going to be about education and specifically for other teachers, it sounds like. So just take that in consideration of, like, as a teacher, how do you consume podcasts, and specifically education-based podcasts? Like, are you going to want to listen to multiple podcasts every week while you're also teaching?
Right.
Or should you do a season and drop it strategically throughout the school year? Do you want to specifically address issues that teachers are facing this year related to COVID? Like, there are a lot of considerations that will affect, aside from your own, you know, ability to research, record, edit, publish. Think about, like, what would be best for the content and for your intended audience to consume this stuff too.
Totally. Yeah, I think that's really good advice. And then I think the last piece I would say too is discovery mechanisms for podcasts today are garbage. Like, the findability, the searchability, the overlap of actually discovering podcasts sucks. And we had to work pretty hard to find all of y'all, to be fully honest. And we're glad that we did. But I think you need to kind of, like, you can't assume that by just creating a podcast with, like, a good name and good content and good titles that you're just automatically going to get subscribers. So, and like, it's always going to be more fun to do when you're doing it for people, you know? So, like, if you can figure out ways to do it, you know, through guerrilla marketing, whether it's like posting about it in subreddits or Facebook groups or getting on a mailing list or word of mouth or whatever. Like, think about how people are going to find the thing that you're making, because native discovery mechanisms for podcasts across every provider right now are pretty trash, and you're not going to get found organically very well, particularly as a new show.
Two additions to that. One, think about what success would actually look like for you.
Yes.
Because it's different for everyone and every type of show. Like you're obviously looking at like a fairly narrow niche. So you're not going to be out here doing the Daily and Joe Rogan numbers ever,
Right.
So what do you want to accomplish with it? And then tailor, Ryan, what you're talking about to that goal, rather than just like, I want as many listeners as possible, and I want to advertise for Blue Apron.
Right.
And then second point, publishing regularly is one of the best things you can do to build an audience.
Yes. Because
people get in the routine of listening. You show up more places more often. People are more likely to tell others about it. Having good content and publishing it regularly are like the two biggest things you can do to build and grow and maintain an audience.
It's the same reason bands can't make an album and put it out every 3 years anymore, because by the time someone comes back to your show or your album or your music or whatever, they've got all kinds of new favorites, because everybody's attention span, particularly when it comes to podcasts. I don't know if y'all are like me, but I've got like 75 podcasts in my feed that all update whatever. So if you sink 4 or 5 weeks below that, you're going to get well below my content that updates more regularly. And then I'm never going to like see you at the top of my new content feed and look for you. So yeah, Spencer's right. Keep putting it out, and people will keep seeing you in their feed, and they'll keep listening to it. And if it's good, they'll keep telling other people about it, and you'll keep growing. I hope that helps, Tracy.
Yeah, good luck. And when it's out in the world, please send us a link so we can check it out. Let's take a quick break to talk about BetterHelp. Ryan, if there's something that interferes with your happiness or prevents you from achieving your goals, BetterHelp can assess your needs and match you with your own licensed professional therapist, and you can start communicating in under 24 hours.
Yeah, and they offer multiple communication channels beyond traditional counseling and therapy. So you could text with your therapist, you could email with your therapist, you can do video chat with your therapist, so you can do remote calls. You have to go sit in a waiting room or go meet with somebody face to face, which is definitely more comfortable for somebody like me in general, who just doesn't like going anywhere at any time.
Yeah,
great.
And BetterHelp is committed to facilitating great therapeutic matches, so they make it easy and free to change counselors at any time if you want to. And it's more affordable than traditional offline counseling, and they offer financial aid. So, if you want to get started today with BetterHelp, you can go to betterhelp.com/whatif to get 10% off your first month.
That's betterhelp.com/whatif. 2020. We're all going to therapy.
Back to your weird ass emails. Memphis Pyramid from Matt.
Oh, dip.
Guys, the Memphis Pyramid is absolutely the most god-awful, ugly-ass looking thing that you'll ever see in a downtown area.
I love it more now.
But the Bass Pro Shop inside is every bit as fun as Ryan imagines it is.
Oh, yes.
They also have a big freshwater aquarium and indoor pond with catfish just chilling under bridges and stuff.
Bro, get out of here.
The arcade laser shooting gallery is like one of those old carnival games where you shoot BB guns at different targets that move around and stuff, except the rifles have lasers instead of BBs.
Dude. Fuck coronavirus. I would legit, like, if we were not in a global pandemic right now, we would be having an on-air production meeting with our calendars up. And I'd be like, when are we doing this?
Hell Yeah, bro!
And then Matt closes by saying, anyways, hit me up when all this pandemic shit is over and we'll have a blast at the Bass Pro Pyramid. Matt.
Dude, do you think they have an event space? Can we do a live show in Memphis at the fucking Bass Pro Shop?
Yeah, bro!
God, if we could do a
Dude, we
fucking
could
live episode and be like, hey, all our Midwest homies, you might have to drive a little bit, but
No, here's what we'll get a block hotel rate.
wow.
And we'll get like a whole floor, right? And then we'll just have the show in the hallway.
Bro, that La Quinta Inn is going to hate us so much, and I'm totally into it.
Just meet us on floor 16,
Yeah.
hallway, 7:30. We're talking about aliens.
Guys, you can't be here. Why? We're literally all here for this reason. Literally no one on this floor is here for any other reason than the fact that we're all hanging out talking about aliens. So
They've got to at least have like a conference room or something, right? They must.
maybe not a La Quinta, but maybe like if we
No. There's a hotel in the pyramid, remember?
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I get it now.
What? Memphis Pyramid.
Thought you meant a hotel nearby.
No. Just upstairs.
Yes, buddy. Yes,
Memphis
buddy.
Pyramid Hotel. It's called like the Big Cypress Lodge. There it is.
You love
Outdoor
it.
themed luxury hotel.
So quaint.
Meetings and celebrations. That's us. It says meetings or weddings. I guess we're more a meeting than we are a wedding.
Yeah. What if we have some listeners who want to get married and you and I can just fucking get ordained and do it, and then we'll just hang out and do a live show.
Okay. Well, yes. If any of you would like us to officiate your wedding at the pyramid in Memphis,
Can somebody get married so
least a
we
year
can
from
use
now.
this space?
at least a year from now, because our country just can't put fucking masks on for a month.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, meeting venues. We have the Ducks Unlimited Gallery, 150 people, 1,400 square feet. Rustic decor, soaring ceilings, large windows.
Bro. Perfect.
Located on the third floor of the pyramid, this space is equipped with a projector and AV access.
That's all we need.
Hell yeah!
We also have the Waterfowl Gallery, 125 people, also 1,400 square feet, also has projector and AV access. Then here's what we really need: the Mississippi Terrace,
Ooh.
the ultimate entertainment patio, attached to the pyramid. This outdoor space features oversized furniture,
Hell yeah.
a full bar,
Hell yeah.
2 fire pits,
Hell yeah.
and plenty of space to lounge.
Hell yeah!
Do we also
Can
have AV
accommodate a
access?
larger party. Let's see. It says 150 people, 7,000 square feet. God damn. It doesn't say, but it must. It also says it can be combined with the indoor spaces. So we could do like show inside,
Party
move
outside.
afterwards.
Bro.
And they got some options. They got the Gator Room, which is a little bit smaller.
Okay, well, I can't not play the Gator Room. Like, we're going to have to figure out ways to do this.
The Gator Room only holds 50 people, so we'll see how many tickets we sell.
Yeah.
But
All right.
dude, a live show at the fucking Bass Pro Pyramid
I would,
where we can all just fucking rumble and stumble our way upstairs at the end of the night.
bro, I would die happy, bro. That sounds so fucking sick.
Ooh, sales brochure, download. Bet.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. They are ready for us. This doesn't have pricing, but we'll fucking this time next year maybe we'll get this shit sorted. Buffets, dude.
Oh,
Mississippi Terrace. It says Mississippi Terrace, and then underneath it just has like a subheading: buffets, screens, projectors, podiums, bars, plural, dance floors.
yes. God, I
That's
want
our
this
spot,
so
man.
bad right now, and I can't tell if
We
it's
need-
because it is objectively as awesome as I think it is, or if it's because I've
I
been
think we're just
so
desperate,
deprived
too.
of experiences
Yeah.
for the last 6 months that
Yeah.
I just don't even.
I just texted you the sales brochure.
Oh,
so we'll get on that.
give me some.
Don't read it now though, because then we're not going to do anything else for us at the
Oh,
podcast.
I'm not necessarily opposed. Dream about our future. Oh, is that on the Mississippi?
That's why it's the Mississippi Terrace, bro. It overlooks the old Mississippi.
This is
We could take a boat to the
fucking
show.
Dope.
Let's get a pontoon and we'll leave like 2 weeks before the show and just fucking Huck Finn our way down to the show.
Bro, this looks fucking awesome.
I told you not to open it. We're not going to get to any more emails now.
Well, I would like to play some pool in Uncle Buck's trophy room at some point. What? Oh, I'm sorry, bro.
Now our podcast is just us reading a PDF that people can't see.
Hang on. This is the last thing I'll say. You done goofed because obviously what we would like to do the most is the 200-person capacity lookout, which is at the tippy top of the pyramid.
Oh, well, see, that wasn't on the website. That's PDF exclusive.
Take a ride in the nation's tallest freestanding glass elevator and experience the lookout at the pyramid. Enjoy food and specialty drinks while taking in spectacular views of Memphis from 300 feet in the air. The steampunk-style decor is complemented by an aquarium in the middle of the restaurant with 2 glass viewing decks. It holds 200 people. Bro.
Ryan, how many feet in the air is it?
300 feet?
Higher than the top of a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Sure enough is. All right, well, I only have
that boy big.
I only have one goal for 2021, and that's to do a live show of the What If podcast
To get
at the
married
Lookout.
at the Big Cypress Lodge.
We're gonna marry somebody at the Big Cypress Lodge, and then we're going up to the Lookout to do
You
a
and I
live
are
show.
getting married at the Big Cypress Lodge.
Wait, what?
You and I are getting married at the Big Cypress
Oh,
Lodge.
you and I
2021.
are getting married.
Yeah.
That's right. I think our
They allow
wives are
that
gonna
in
have something to
Tennessee?
say about that, but
Yeah. All right. Let's. I got a bunch of voicemails too.
dude, so many.
Maybe we'll do voicemails on the old Patreon this week because I got some good ass emails still.
Ooh wee.
All right, we've got one from. I don't even know who this was from. The subject line was just Harry Potter AI, and then a link in the body of the email.
Okay, I'm in.
And it's to an Imager album, and it's photos of a book.
Oh boy.
The cover and then the first 4 pages.
Should I be as nervous as I am?
Yes.
Oh boy.
It says Harry Potter and the portrait of what looked like a large pile of ash.
What?
Oh, and the caption for this album is, so they made an AI analyze the entire Harry Potter series and write a new chapter based on them. Okay.
This sounds great.
Chapter 1, The Handsome One. The castle grounds snarled with a wave of magically magnified wind. The sky outside was a great black ceiling which was full of blood. The only sounds drifting from Hagrid's hut were the disdainful shrieks of his own furniture. Magic. It was something that Harry Potter thought was very good.
Fantastic.
Leathery sheets of rain lashed at Harry's ghost as he walked across the grounds towards the castle.
Yeah, lots of ghosts.
Ron was standing there and doing a sort of frenzied tap dance. He saw Harry and immediately began to eat Hermione's family.
Oh, geez.
This is my favorite sentence I think I've ever read. Ron's Ron shirt was just as bad as Ron himself.
Ron shirt. Ron shirt?
Ron Weasley is one of the worst characters in the history of characters.
Got him.
And Ron's Ron shirt was just as bad as Ron himself is an all-time great sentence.
What would a Ron shirt be? If your name was Ron, what's your Ron shirt?
It's whatever shirt he's wearing. It's his Ron shirt.
Any day? Or is it like you're like a cartoon character and it's like the shirt you wear every day as a cartoon character? The Ron shirt.
Did you know, speaking of, that on the Trailer Park Boys website, you can buy the like black and white shirt that Ricky always wears?
The one that's like a bowling shirt, kind of.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yep.
I should do that. I actually, without too much effort, could pull off a pretty good Ricky for Halloween.
You should probably make that happen this year.
That sounds like kind of the move.
Well, next year. Or just do it in your house and take a picture of it, I guess.
Stand in my yard and be like, hey, come look at me. I'm Ricky.
Just throw candy. Just bike around the neighborhood throwing candy at houses.
Who's a bottle kid now? Just like...
If you two can't clump happily, I'm going to get aggressive, confessed the reasonable Hermione. What about Ron magic? Offered Ron. To Harry, Ron was a loud, slow, and soft bird. Harry did not like to think about birds.
Okay.
Death Eaters are on top of the castle, Ron bleated, quivering. Ron was going to be spiders.
Oh,
he just
Jesus.
was. I take it back. I have a new favorite sentence. Ron was going to be spiders. He just was.
He just was. No chance.
He wasn't proud of that, but it was going to be hard to not have spiders all over his body after this is all said and done. There are several more pages, but this is fucking brilliant.
This is just an absolutely insane compilation of words.
I'm going to skip to the last sentence. It says, I'm Harry Potter, Harry began yelling. The dark arts better be worried. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh, that's brilliant. Okay. Fuck it. Let's play a couple voicemails. It's our show. We do what we want.
Mateen, I do what I want. Yeah, we got time for one or two.
I downloaded these, so I no longer have any context. It just says voicemail 15853052078.mp3. So here we go.
Perfect.
You ready?
Game on.
Hey guys, it's Matt. Speaking of two-handed waves and secret handshakes, a little while ago my son decided that we needed to have a secret handshake just in case one of us got replaced by an alien or a robot.
Fucking
that was
awesome.
Literally his reasoning. I think we've been listening to one of your episodes right up to that.
I love it.
So what we settled on was one of us would say, stop, spaghetti time. And then we face each other and do one of those like inflatable tube man wiggly on dances and go noodle, 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 noodle.
Yes.
And it cracks me up every time. And that's how we know for sure that we're both who we say we are and not aliens or robots. Anyways, y'all have a good day.
All right.
Say, you all didn't happen to do a bunch of drugs, did you?
So that story is my new joy for the week because that brings me way more joy than literally anything else has. You have the coolest kid ever, and that is fucking amazing.
The wacky inflatable arm guy dance is such a strong move.
Stop. Spaghetti time. Noodle, 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 noodle. I love it. I can see it in my head, and it makes me smile, and I appreciate it very much.
While doing the noodle arms. That's just perfect.
Too good.
All right. Let's see what this one is about. This is 202000712.mp3.
Hey, Ryan. Hey, Spencer. It's Garrett from Jersey again. Haven't called you guys in a hot minute. But, I don't know. I have something I think you guys might find pretty funny. I was driving the other day, and in Jersey we have a shit ton of potholes. I'm sure you guys are aware in Minnesota because, all the salt on the road and shit.
We are about that life.
But anyway, I hit a massive pothole. Didn't blow out my tire, thank God, but my rearview mirror fell and hit me square in the head. And now I don't got a rearview mirror. Well, I'm fucked. I can't get it attached, and I don't know how to fucking attach it. All right, I don't know. I thought you guys might find that funny. All right, have a good day, guys. Bye.
I fucking love
That's
you
such
guys
a-
so much. I fucking like this. Okay, so we set the phone line up probably like a year into doing this show, and I remember just straight up thinking, I hope people just call and tell us random shit. I don't need people. I don't need compliments. I just hope, and like this, Garrett has gone ahead and done exactly what I hoped the voicemail line would be used. 612-246-4614. I did get a kick out of that. I'm sorry that happened, but also it made me laugh. And
Shit went bad real quick.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's just like a perfect use of calling our voicemail line to tell us a story about your life. I love it.
So I'm trying to envision, like, logistically how this would have happened. because your rearview mirror is not over your head while you're driving, obviously.
Well, I mean,
so was the pothole so violent that you like got thrown to the side? I mean, it must have been pretty rowdy if it knocked your rearview mirror off, I guess.
I think two things. One, it depends on the type of vehicle you drive, where your like rearview mirror is probably situated. Like smaller cars.
But if it's above your head, it's not functional. You got to be able to see it.
I mean, not above, but mine is probably like right at my forehead level, probably.
But it's in front of you, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but depending on how fast you're going, if that thing dodges loose and does like a flip in the air, that's gonna come dome you pretty quick.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
I think that's an accident waiting to happen.
I guess. Yeah, I wasn't envisioning this happening like at a high rate of speed, but if it was violent enough to knock your rearview mirror off, it probably was happening.
You know, you're going 35,
like
45 miles an
plus.
hour and like
85.
85.
This dude's in Jersey. You think he's driving 35 anywhere?
I hope not.
Did you hear that, man? He doesn't drive 35
I hope
places.
not. It's not in his blood. He doesn't know. He doesn't know how to. Plus, maybe you're leaning on the center console. You know, you got the one arm on the wheel. You're a little more kind of laid back in things.
Right. While doing 85 down the highway.
While doing 85
potholes.
and hitting a like 2 foot deep pothole.
That sounds pretty Jersey, honestly.
So does. Hey, no shade, Garrett, but so does like hitting a pothole so hard that you blow your mirror off and hit yourself in the face with it. Like that sounds pretty Jersey to me. I've only been there once in my life, but like that tracks. I'm glad you are all right enough to laugh about it and give us a call about it. We appreciate it, Garrett.
I mean, it's just glue, right?
I don't know.
It's got to be. I mean, it's not like it's screwed into the fucking windshield.
Well, yeah. I mean, yes, it is an adhesive of some sort. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's get a fucking glue stick. Well, put it back up there.
Get a glue stick. I don't know about all of that. That sounds like a real recipe for hitting another pothole and having your mirror bash you in the face again.
Well, that works for us. We'll get another great voicemail.
All right.
All right, here's one more.
Hello, boys. Sean Connery here. So, I was a little turned off at the end of your last show where you just started, you know, talking shit about unicorns. You know, I think it's an area.
Okay. We gotta vote right now. This voicemail is 2 minutes and 35 seconds long.
I'm listening to every second of it.
Okay. When did we talk shit about unicorns?
What's that?
When did we talk shit about unicorns?
I kind of have a vague memory of this, but I couldn't possibly put context around it for you.
All right. Well, let's just listen to what Sean has to say. I just want to make sure that we're both on board for the next 2+ minutes.
I'm 100% on board. This is a pretty good Sean Connery, and that makes me very, very about it.
We'll have to see if it deteriorates over time. Oh, fuck. I keep forgetting I had buttons. I had this one all lined up for the last voicemail, so I'm going to hit anyway.
It's raining motherfuckers.
All right, here we go.
Hello, boys. Sean Connery here. So, I was a little turned off at the end of your last show where you just started, you know, talking shit about unicorns. You know, I think it's an area that's well outside of your jurisdiction. You know, to just go out there and to say that unicorns don't exist, never have existed, is just complete and utter horseshit. You know what? Mind my language. It's horseshit.
My mistake.
The thing is, and this is where a lot of people don't do their research. You know, I, for one, Sean Connery, am an expert on unicorns. And not only that, on the Squatch. And what the problem is there's not enough education on why the two go together. So now, pull up a chair, get a little close. Let me go and tell you something.
Bro, this fucking rules.
The unicorns have an ability where they're able to go and open up portals with their horns. Now, when the interdimensional Squatch found this out, they realized they no longer had to deplete their own resources to make it to our realm. So, what they did was they brought all of the unicorns that were on our dimension over to theirs, the Squatch Mention.
Bro,
it's almost like the fourth dimension.
Hang on.
But it's...
I like this show. This show is doing a lot of different things.
Okay. I don't know who this cat is, but I'm going to need a call back just in general. Because A, I need more of this. And B, we need to fucking play our voicemails more often because this is fucking incredible that this is happening and we're not hearing it. So I'm sorry. Carry on.
Squatchy. And what they do is they'll ride the unicorns. So the Squatch will ride the unicorns through the portal, enter over here, which is why every now and then, if you look up at the stars and you see a little bit of a sparkle or a twinkle, that's the unicorn's horn piercing through the sky, allowing them to come to our home. So don't be so quick to judge, gentlemen. It's not so much what you know in the world, but what you don't know that makes it ever more riveting. Once again, this is Sean Connery. Have a good day, boys. You do good over there.
What the fuck, my guy?
That fucking slaps. That beats ass. And I would like more Sean Connery calls on a regular basis, please.
Dude, I would have bet my whole house that accent was not going to hold up for 2.5 minutes.
And it for sure did. God fucking bless. Dude, we are
I would have
out
put
of
the
here.
over-under at about 45 seconds.
I am not ending on that fucking epic voicemail.
We out of here.
Love you guys.
You got anything else?
No, we don't even need to do the usual spiel. People know where to find us and send us emails and shit.
We love y'all. Go join the Patreon. We got more shit there. Appreciate y'all. Wait, we got to do one thing. 612-246-4614 if you want to leave us a voicemail. And hi at whatitpodcast.com for emails. We're fucking doing more of these episodes because this is fun as shit and you guys fucking rule. We love you guys. We'll see you next week.
Mother trucker, dude.